Hi, James Hardiman here, and this is a little video to show how you can, if you've got a Kindle and you highlight things in your Kindle, how you can actually get hold of that text so you can use them if you're writing papers or something like that. Basically, there are two ways to do it. If you have Kindle on multiple devices, so for instance, I have an iPad, I have an iPhone, and I have the Kindle app on both my iPad and my iPhone, but I've also downloaded the Kindle app onto my PC. I don't have a Mac, but I assume that the Mac works pretty much the same as the PC. Um, if you're reading the book on any of those things, the marks are synchronized. Um, so the first thing is, if you're using the Kindle app that is on the PC, you can just copy and paste from it. So if we come down here and I search for Kindle, and there's my Kindle starting up. And I'm also going to open up a copy of Notepad here so I can copy and paste stuff into it just so you can see that happening. And here on my Kindle I'm reading this book by Volek and Finney called The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living. And right here on the first page, look, I've highlighted an expert guide to making the life-saving benefits of carbohydrate restriction sustainable and enjoyable. Now this note, because I've highlighted this, and I didn't highlight it on the PC, I highlighted it on the iPad, it's on a special page inside Amazon, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it's perfectly possible to just wipe stuff and go copy and go to outside and go paste, and there you go. When it pastes it, it will put on here a reference. So let's go somewhere else within the book, move along a bit. Well, here's the first page with lots of things that have been highlighted, but let's just do a copy and paste. This is an important question that we feel uniquely qualified to address. I wiped over it with a mouse, I go copy, I come outside, I go paste, job done, and it will always bring with it a citation, which you can just delete if you want to. So that's the easiest way, and all these marks that you're seeing here, I've made those when I was reading it on the iPad. And if I'd read it on the iPhone, I could have made them on the iPhone as well. But there is something else we can do. So let's just go back to the first page. So the first note I've made is the expert guide to making life-saving benefits of carbohydrate restriction sustainable and enjoyable. Let's shrink that out of the way at the moment and go to kindle.amazon.com. And up at the top here it says hello guest, but if I hover there it says sign in, and here I sign in with my normal Amazon user ID, just as if I was buying something from Amazon. And it goes back to kindle.amazon.com, and up here there is your books, and here's all the books that I've got on Kindle, and it shows whether I've read it and whether I've rated it and so forth. But the thing you're looking for is your highlights. And if we click your highlights, and it's listing the most recently updated first, and that's because I've just been fiddling around with the art and science of low carbohydrate living. And the first highlight on here is an expert guide to making the life-saving benefit, blah, 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 blah. Delete this highlight, and it's at location 6, and if we go back to Kindle, there it is, that's location 6. And if we scroll through the book to see where my next highlight is, that's a highlight that's underlying molecular mechanisms that explain how and why they work, and there's a note there as well. The note says underlying molecular mechanisms not just in nutritional chemistry but in brain chemistry. Things we once took on trust we can now watch under the MRI scanner. And if I go back to here, we go underlying molecular mechanisms, explain how and why they work, note, and blah, blah, blah. And there it is. So all the notes that I've made on this book are here on this page, and I can just copy and paste them somewhere else. If I want to, I can add additional notes here. The other thing I can do is I can go and look at this location. So there's a note here, mainstream experts still warn against going too far in the other direction. If I click read more at location 82, it's asking me if it's okay to open up Kindle, and yes it is, and mainstream experts still warn, so I can read it all there. So that's it really. If you're reading it on your iPad or your iPhone, you can't copy and paste, but as you mark things, when you if you're not online, then they'll just stay where they are, but once you next go online, you'll be able to get to them either on Kindle on your Mac or your PC, or if you go to kindle.amazon.com, your highlights, there they will all be. That's it.